Morning everyone. I've come down to the woods today. Just going to shoot a few videos, chill out a little bit and cook some lunch. I've had a request from one of my subscribers, Steve, at Outdoors Lifestyle. He's asked me to show some of the knots that I use when I set up my tarp. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up the tarp anyway, and I'll go through some of the knots that I use. I've got my bag of cordage. When I tie my ridgeline to the first tree, I occasionally use a bowline or bowline knot, but most of the time I use the evenk hitch. I'll show you both knots, and then at least that way you've got the choice of which one you prefer. Now I normally always have a bowline attached to the end of my paracord anyway, but I'll show you how I tie it. So I start it off by performing a loop, like so. Note that the loop goes over the top here. I then bring the end of the cord through that loop. I go underneath the main line, back over and back through the loop, and then I pull it all tight, and that is my bowline or bowline knot. I use that knot because it's easy to undo. I'll show you again. To undo it, you just pull on there and it's undone. So I'll show you one more time. So there's a loop over the top, like so. The end of the paracord goes through the loop from underneath, goes underneath the main line and back through that loop. And then when you pull it all tight and dress it up, there you have your bowline or bowline knot. So then when you have your bowline, all you need to do is take your cord around the tree, place the remainder of your paracord through the loop and then pull it tight. So there's your first connection to the tree using the bowline. I tend not to use this knot all of the time though. Most of the time I use the evenk hitch, and I'll show you how I do that now. So to tie my evenk hitch, all I need to do is put my ridgeline around the tree. So once I've got the cord around the tree, I have the main line and I have a loose end of about 1 foot long. Put both in my left hand, and then I take the loose end, wrap it once around my hand like so, and then I twist my hand over, and then I grab the loose end and I pull the loop through, and that gives me a knot which I can slide up, and that creates my evenk hitch. The beauty of this knot is that to undo it, I just pull it and everything is undone. So I'll show you that again. I go once around the tree, I have a short end of about 1 foot and a half maybe, and then my main ridge line. I wrap the short 1 foot end once around my fingers like so. I twist my hand over the top, grab the loose end and pull it through, and then I tighten up the knot, dress it up a little bit, then I can slide it along towards the tree. What some people do is they get a small twig, they place it in that loop, and then they pull it tight, and that locks everything in place. I tend to not bother with that, but if you want that little bit of security that your knot's not going to slip out, then maybe that's the way you'd like to go. So once I've got my first end attached to the tree, I now go to the other end and form the ridgeline. Again, when I get to the other end of the ridgeline, there's 2 knots that I typically use. The one that I use the most is a version of the trucker's hitch. I'll show you that last because that's the one that I'm going to be using on the tarp today. But the other version, to be honest, I don't know what it's called, but I'll just wrap it around the tree and I'll show you how it's done. So to add tension to this one, all you do is you wrap around the tree, pull your excess paracord around, take it over the ridge line, pull everything tight, and then when you pull pull this way and wrap around the tree, it's added tension to the cord. So you go round again, but as you can see this way, there's lots of cord getting stuck to the bark on the tree. That's why I tend not to use it a lot. So you go again over the main ridge line, pull it tight like so. There's a lot of tension on that now. Go back round, and then to secure it, I just place the cord on the ridge line, hold it, and then I make a small slippery half hitch that goes through there like so, and that's it, done. I'll show you how I've done that knot a little bit closer. So all I've done is I've placed the cord on here like so, wrapped it over, held it tight with my finger, and then just pulled it through here to make a slippery half hitch. Push that up to the tree if you want, but that is that knot done. But as you noticed, there's lots of fanning around, wrapping it around the tree, so I'll show you the trucker's hitch that I use. So for the trucker's hitch, again you just wrap the paracord once around the tree like so, and then I'm going to put a bite in the ridge line. So to do that, I'm going to create a slip knot. So to create the slip knot, all I need to do, get a little bit of slack in the line, create a loop, place it over the ridge line and pull it through. So I've just got a simple slip knot there, which is quick release. I'll show you that again. I'll create a loop like so, place it over the line, and there we have our slip knot. So then to add the tension, all we have to do is we place our slack line through this loop, and we pull on it and create a ratchet. Pull it tight, nip it with your fingers to secure it, and for a slippery half hitch, just loop over the top and pull it through, secure it tight. Easy as that. And there we have it, ridge line secure. Now to secure the tarp to the ridge line, I use a continuous loop, which is just a looped bit of paracord, and I make a prussik knot. All I do is I place the continuous loop over the paracord, over the ridge line, I pass it through once, twice, 3 times, and then I pull it tight and dress the loop up like so. I'll show you that again. Over the ridge line, through the loop once, through the loop twice, 3 times, and then dress it up and pull it tight. You can easily slide the knot along the ridge line, however, when you put tension on, it doesn't want to move. So it's a really good friction knot. Slides across easily like when you move it this way, but when you put tension on, like I've shown you, it doesn't want to go anywhere. I'll now throw the tarp over the ridge line and show you how I connect it using the prussik knots. All I do is get the loop in the centre of the tarp. I place the prussik knot through the loop like so, Then I create a hole, poke a stick through it, and then pull it tight to secure it in place. Do the same on the other side, and then add some tension to the tarp. As you can see, it's really windy today. So again, I don't know if you can see this. Loop through the tarp loop, like so, and then just a stick to hold it in place. I can now slide the prussik knots along to add some tension. I'm now going to guy it out, and then I'll show you the knot that I use for adding tension to my guy lines. Tarp is almost set up now. I'll show you the knots that I use to connect the final guy line to the tarp. I'll connect it to the pole, and then I'll show you how to tension the guy line using a version of the tautline hitch. There's many different ways to connect your paracord to your tarp. The one I use, I just place the end of the paracord through the loop on the tarp, like so. I wrap it over the paracord itself, back up through the loop, and then back through this loop in the paracord, and then pull it tight. Not quite sure what the knot's called, but I find it easy to undo and it's very secure. Another way of doing a clove hitch is to wrap the cord around over the top like so, then you come round again, and then you pass the end of the paracord underneath this cross, like so, if I can do it, and pull tight. As you can see, there's now your clove hitch secured nicely to the branch. Now the final knot that I'm going to show you is a version of the tautline hitch, and I use this for adjustable tension on my guy lines. So you wrap it around your tent stake, like so. Then once you've wrapped it around your tent stake, you cross over, you wrap through the loop once, twice, 3 times, tidy up the knot, and on this occasion you wrap round both pieces of paracord and you push a loop through there, and then you tighten that up like so. You're now able to slide this knot up and down like so to create tension on your guy line. To undo the knot, all you need to do is pull on the loose string and unravel it a little bit. So that's the knots that I use for when I'm setting up my tarps. To be honest, you don't need to be an expert when it comes to knots. You only need to learn half a dozen knots or so, and that will get you through most of the tasks that you need to do while you're out in the woods. So don't forget to click the like button, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.